when you look at Marcus Stroman and his career numbers, you say there's a middle of the rotation pitcher, right? Like that's what his numbers suggest. That he's a middle of the rotation pitcher. It's only a few starts, but he's not pitching like that. He's pitching like a top line guy right now. I think that when we were talking about Lance Lynn and him being someone who might be a casualty of the pitch clock, I look at Marcus Stroman and say, there's a guy who could take advantage of it. And because of the emphasis on defense and with teams, especially the Cubs, now saying we want to be defensive minded, he's exactly the type of pitcher that you want because he's so good defensively that he adds to your like up the middle strength. But I don't want to get too far away from what he's actually doing on the mound. Let's hear what he had to say about how good of a start he's off to, and also the relationship that he has with pitching coach Tommy Hotovy. And it's really important because it played out in last night's game.
Me and Tommy have a great rapport. I just feel like he kind of knows what to say to lock me in. And then we're between what we discuss in between innings, I'm able to go out there and make adjustments based on our talks. So like we have a really good flow between Tommy and Moscos. They're able to identify things that they see. I'm able to feel things as well, but hearing them kind of reiterate certain things helps me lock it in mechanically when I get back out there.
What do you feel like tonight was the biggest adjustment you made after those first 2 innings?
I was just off. I was just a little off mechanically. I was a little slow, monotonous. My tempo, my rhythm was a little off. My hand pump was a little high. Wasn't really getting into my core much early. And those are things that I feel like I'm able to be better pitch to pitch. It's just I wasn't early on. And then once me and Tommy kind of locked it in and focused on a few things, I felt like as the game got on, I felt like I got better. Yeah, I just feel good mentally, physically, emotionally. I just feel like I'm very in tune right now on and off the field. I feel like the defense behind me is incredible. They're giving me more confidence. I feel like the vibe of the squad and the clubhouse is amazing. I feel like it's everything kind of playing into one. I never give too much credit. I know this game can turn around very quick. So I'm just looking at it as it's a process. I'm looking to make 30-plus starts, and if I do what I need to do, I feel like I'm going to be able to keep my team in a position to win each and every start.
So there's a couple things in there that I think are interesting. One is him saying the defense behind me is giving me more confidence. And look, this Cubs team has been built on the principle of being a team that's trying to save runs. They want to be defensive minded. And it shows, it makes a difference in what pitch you feel comfortable throwing, because you know that you've got Dansby and Nico and Belly back there to go run it down, and Hap back there to run it down for you. It makes a big difference in the way that a pitcher goes about his business.
It's a level of confidence to be in the zone where you're not having to get chase, and you can say, all right, sometimes the wind is blowing in, and you can put it in play, and we're going to turn it into an out. And pitchers love that. I mean, it's and he, to his credit, he's had a reputation, Stroman, for sometimes being visibly annoyed by bad defense. Mm-hmm. He also does applaud good defense.
He's fair.
Yeah, he's expressive about it in both directions. It's really considered sort of not the best teammate behavior to do the Carlos Zambrano of the Ted Lilly or stuff like that.
I mean, the Ted Lilly.
That was more his mistake, and he knew it.
But God, that is just a great moment.
All-timer.
I got to watch that again.
The glove slam?
Throw the glove down? Oh, my God. And that's exactly the reaction that you would have if you were younger. That's God. And you just throw your glove down.
Yep.
He did it in a playoff.
Who was it? Was it Chris Young who hit it?
I think so.
I think that's who it was. But it was God.
And
Thank
it was
you
a
for that.
bomb.
Oh, it was so bad.
Bomb.
And he just spikes it. It's all-time on the mound glove spike.
And you're
I'm watching that today.
But but Marcus Stroman will also always make sure that the defender gets credit for a good play. And I liked what he said about not leaking forward on the rubber. And that gets back to the old Don Cooperism, his old mantra of stay tall, stay back, stay closed. Marcus can't stay tall.
Because he's not tall. He's my size.
He's 5'7".
Yeah, I think he might be shorter than you. Yeah.
He's 5'7", 175.
Got a good collection of gloves, though.
I mean,
Matching him up with the do-rag.
but
Oh,
it is.
loved that.
Oh no, his look is great. But when that makes a huge difference for him, he's not 6'5" cartwheeling down the mound like that. So it's got to be everything's got to be just right.
I feel like he's talking like somebody who wants to be here. I know that his contract could have the Cubs decide, and he could decide in a million different ways how he wants this to go or how they want this to go, because he's given himself a lot of value, right? Like a team would be lucky to have him right now. And I felt that way last season. Gordon Wittenmeyer also echoed that. He was like, I wouldn't be surprised if he got traded just because of how much value Stroman is having right now. And he's providing consistency this year. I think especially his prior teams, Toronto was a different situation when he was there. They were on the way up, but it was a slow rise. New York, unfortunately, was not a place where that worked out. But I wonder if it really seems like he really wants to be here. And it's not a desperation thing. It's an acknowledgement thing.
It's interesting you say that too, Layla, because that's what you're getting now from Nico Horner. That's what you're hearing from Ian Happ.